Well, we're not getting much of that infused on top shit. I mean, that sprayed on top shit.
I see.
I mean, some is on there.
Okay, we're already starting off with poor connection, so let's connect to the Wi-Fi. Oh, I should. Oh, here we go. This one. Connect. Says our signal strength is excellent. See, look at that. As soon as I did that, it went away. Hey, okay.
Is it going?
It's going.
It's doing the thing?
Hey, Captain's log, stardate 84613928.4. Today, Asia and I will be trying something new, doing something different. But before I do that,
I think you should scoot just a tiny bit.
there we go. That was weird.
You have a sound in your voice like you're on camera.
Do I?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, it stopped now, but it was there. An
Really?
announcy voice.
And today we will be doing.
Yeah, that. Is it the collar? Is the collar doing that to you?
It's the collar. That makes me want to holler.
I don't.
You look fine.
You don't even know what I was gonna say.
You could actually scoot a little bit, like. Cause well, not that far. You did that on purpose. Come on.
How far would you like me to scoot, my dear?
You know what? Don't play with me.
I'm asking you.
Scoot,
I want to follow directions.
Scoot 7 centimeters to the right. That was only 4 centimeters. Get it together, Asia. Like what? See, you doing that on purpose.
What? I'm doing. You
Look,
said 7
you are in
centimeters.
frame. We're good. Hello. Before I get started with whatever it is we're about to do here, I want to stress that I woke up in a mood today.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel like that should be screwed up a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah. Also, I feel like I want to go put on my sweater because I'm a little cold. But see, it's like a weird. Can I do it?
What's wrong with it?
It's just.
It's gonna fall over, and it's gonna be the funniest thing.
It's not gonna fall over.
Oh, so let's cut me out of frame.
I didn't say cut you out of frame. Can you let me finish, please?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Jeez, Pete, Mr. Complainy Pants.
Okay, but now there's just extra.
Now there's what?
All that extra over there on that side for what?
You're right. I'm sorry. Let me just. There you go.
You see, now you just.
I'll fix it.
What
Jeez.
is?
You don't consider anything I have to say.
I do consider everything you have to say.
Is that good for you?
It'll do. It's fine. Whatever. It's like, what is with you today?
Nothing.
You're weird today. Okay, so, hi.
Hello.
I woke up in a mood. And then I received a message that says that we tend to hold back when we do videos. So, that being the case, this one is appropriately labeled The Tough Questions. There are many things that I probably don't talk about on a daily basis in these videos, but let's have at it. That's what you want to do? Let's do it. Let's do that. Now,
He takes everything to heart, so this is a personal challenge for him.
It is. Challenge accepted. Now,
not everything is in the ring.
Now, here's the prereq. Here's what's going on. It says poor connection, but then that goes away. Our typical cushy thing was not available this week. And it was kind of spur of the moment because I didn't expect to even have any.
Can you go change what you're
doing? That's fine. So, Asia and I are trying something new. I also have a notification. It's an old notification. Wait, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. So, we're trying this thing. It looks disgusting. Like, look at that. It smells bad. Like, no one's ever going to confuse this for candy. So I don't know how long it's going to take to kick in or what the effects are going to be. But it's a little higher in dosage than the things that we usually mess with. So we'll see how that works. In regards to, hey, we're gonna do the thing for the video game so we can play a match or two. We probably will do that, but it won't be right now. I only say that because, how do I put this? It's not as though I don't want to. It's just my battery is gonna do its thing and it's gonna die out, and then we'll come back after it charges, and I'll do a whole wrestling thing. I really, really will. I'm actually pumped to do that because it's kind of my thing. But this one, I'd just like to. I'm just gonna enjoy my goodie, and we'll start dealing with some of these tough questions.
What tough questions?
I don't know, the stuff that people seem to think we don't talk about.
You are so dramatic. Can I tell you how you're dramatic?
Sure, please do.
I received a message
Okay.
that just said there was no need to hold back.
Okay.
And I took that as, okay, there might have been a couple of times where we rephrased something or maybe talked in code. And that's how I took it. But you take it as, oh, now I'll pull out the list of questions that I've been hiding. Like, it's not like,
of questions.
well, it's not necessarily answering the hard questions or not talking about certain things. I don't think that that's what the message you meant per se. I don't think there's like, yeah, there's like 5 things that he just won't mention. I don't think it's like that. But you take everything on as a personal challenge, which
Sure.
I understand. So please, by all means, go for it. But that, I don't think that was the intention of the message itself.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you, broski.
Now you're just trying to be a cool guy on camera.
I am a cool guy.
Like you're not.
So we're going to enjoy our goodie. Enjoy will be a very strong word because I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. But we'll see where this goes. But I don't know. I'm not trying to come off like, oh, let's put on this show and start answering questions that people don't even have questions about. But I do want to be able to address things that maybe I would have shied away from, I guess. And I don't. It's weird. So, wow, I feel like I'm trying way too hard. I'm gonna do my best to eat this thing, whatever this thing's gonna taste like. At Asia and I can play the game together, and we'll have a conversation. But we'll do a King of the Ring or a Queen of the Ring or a show. I haven't worked on the particulars for the show. Hey, somebody's here. So I haven't worked on the particulars for a gaming channel yet, but it's coming. Wow, 2 people. People are showing up. Hello.
Makes me nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
It's like it's
weird
just what we do it.
I know. I just somehow seeing the confirmation just makes it.
Well, we've had as many as like 6, which has been really nice. But let's see what's going on. Asia and I had a tiff this week. Am I loud?
No, that's not what I said at all.
What'd you say?
I said it's really hot.
You're hot, but you just...
I was cold and then I got hot, but I also don't like to just be in a tank top on camera. I'm really insecure about my arms.
So Asia and I had a tiff, and it got a little serious for a minute, but it was less about us. You know what? Yeah, I've been stalling. Here we go. Let's just do it. Well,
Verdict.
boy.
Is it worse than the brownie?
No.
It's crunchy.
Our tiff was less about what it started about and more about unresolved parental issues that we each have. I don't want to break it down completely here, but I'll say that in an attempt to be honest about the way I feel about the way my wife feels, maybe I was kind of a dick. You know, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
You're terrible.
So I'm not afraid to say this on camera. That exchange with Asia the other day left me, and I watched her video while I was at work. Her video left me with the impression that she may have felt as though she would be better off on her own for a while. And the concept, it's not bad. It got better. Like,
really?
Maybe it's the pineapple coconut thing in combination, but now it's not so bad.
Ew.
So
drama king to the back.
I feel as though, I felt like Asia would have felt like she would have been better off without me for a minute. And there are very few things in life that scare me. And the thought of my wife not thinking I needed her or she would be happier without me terrifies me. But let's be very clear. If she were to come to me and she said, being away from you would make me happy, it would break my heart, but I would give it to her. Because I used to tell you all the time, I want you to be happy even if it's not with me. So if this is what you got to do, please do. Okay, let's just...
You should chew it up before you finish talking. That way you know you get it down real quick. That's why I stepped aside to your end.
Oh boy, it is a mess. It is. So,
you're doing top of your mouth full.
My mouth's not full.
Yes, it is. It literally is.
We have a weird interpretation of full. There's something.
There is food in your mouth.
That's
it's
not
rude
full.
to talk with food in your mouth.
That's not full though.
Okay, rephrase, rewind.
Okay.
There is food in your mouth.
Okay.
I don't think anyone wants to see a bunch of chewed up Rice Krispie treat as you're talking and spit out food.
Oh boy, this is terrible. The aftertaste is okay, is what I'm trying to say. Why are you cutting me looks?
I'm not cutting you looks, I'm looking at you.
She's cutting me looks.
Oh my gosh, what do you mean?
You cut me a look.
I think you're being insecure today.
No, I'm not.
You woke up in a mood.
I did.
You took a message out of context.
Wow, wait a minute.
What? You're mad because I pointed out 2 facts?
I didn't take a message out of context. I just decided.
You did. I love you.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I said I love you.
I didn't want to talk with my mouth full.
Your mouth wasn't full.
Oh, let me
You took
rephrase.
a sip.
There was something in my mouth.
I said what I said. You made your mouth full.
You want your mouth to be full? Just shut up. Say, look at you.
What?
You look at you. You bumping stuff. Look at you.
Well, don't say things you don't mean.
Look, listen, Asia, listen to me carefully. There's a difference between not holding back and just being. They're children, Asia.
I didn't do anything. What did I do? I dropped my pencil.
Yeah, I can see it now. What was down there that was gonna make Asia's mouth full? Like, come on. Even I'm not that bad.
On demand, anytime, any place, I'm down.
I see. So yes, Asia and I had a tiff. I realized that I had some father issues that I was dealing with. And I'm still dealing with them. But so does she. But we're okay. We're going to be okay. I don't know how long this video is going to run. I'll let it run for an hour or so. Then we'll charge up the battery and we can do some other stuff. But hey, for the four people who were just here and then everybody conspicuously left after Asia's little stunt, that's okay. She chased everybody away.
Really?
No, I'm just
Oh,
playing.
I'm so sorry.
No, baby, I'm a kid. It's not that big a deal.
Brother, you're just a jerk. You purposely said something that made me feel bad?
Why?
That is a demonstration of
What's with you today?
What's with me? What's with you?
You are attacking me at every angle today. What did I do to you?
I'm attacking you.
Even
though you did you or did you not just say something purposely to make me feel bad?
Fact. Yeah. So what?
Yes
fact.
Or no?
There were 4 people in the chat room.
Okay.
Fact. When you pulled your little stunt, everybody left. Oh. Like, I don't know if that's causation.
But can I ask you something?
Sure.
Or tell you something or mention something? You said what you said.
Okay.
And then I said...
Okay, but that was...
Can I finish, please?
Sure, dear.
You said what you said, and I felt bad. And you said, oh, no, it's okay. You made it come off like you were just kidding.
I was...
Only to let me know you weren't kidding, so now you're just lying to me.
What was it?
What am I left to believe?
It wasn't that... Oh, my God. Really?
What?
This is what we're doing?
Isn't this what we would usually do?
Like, wow. You just,
okay, I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
It was so weird today. Like, I love you. I do. You're a weirdo, though. You are a weirdo. I have no idea if it was causation, if everybody left because of that, or if it just left, or if it just refreshed. I was just stating a fact. This isn't at all going the way I had intended it to go.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Please go ahead.
You see, and it's not... Okay, I'm not crazy, right? You see this, right?
What?
Like, she's like, oh, okay, you were right, I was wrong. And then she just kind of goes to her phone, and it's just like...
I checked my phone for a second. I'm not even holding it anymore. I'm sorry. Would you like me to put my phone away? I would like to be obedient. Was that the wrong word to use?
I don't want you to be obedient. You're a person.
I would like to be supportive. Would you like me to put my phone away completely?
I just want to do the thing with you and just...
We are doing the thing, and you if there was something specific that you wanted to say, by all means say it.
I didn't.
If I may be frank, if there was nothing specific that you wanted to say, then I don't feel like you should be upset with me for interrupting.
It's not as though I had anything scheduled or planned. I just want to kind of go out here and just kind of do our thing, and it would be fun. But we've turned it into this weird bickery thing.
Do you think we're bickering?
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Here.
Hey, seriously, look at me. I apologize. I am weird today, as you say. I apologize. I will simmer down and take several seats.
Well, you only need to take the one.
Okay, I will take this one prolonged seat.
I don't know, babe. I wanted to come out here and we were just...
I'm saying I'm sorry. I've said it like 3 times. I don't know what else to do.
You know, I'm okay with the possibility that you are in a mood, but I am also in a mood, and our moodiness is just being weird. So how about, hi honey, this has gotten really out of hand for no reason. I don't know.
I think you're blowing it out of proportion.
Probably.
Can I since we do that talk thing now, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I have apologized several times, and I truly am sorry, and I would like to just get on with it and stop being weird. But you keep bringing up the fact that things are weird, or that I'm being weird, or that we're being weird, and we're not really moving forward. We've kind of established that things are weird. We want to move forward, but I don't feel like we're actually taking those actions.
You're right. I need to learn how to listen better. Communication, that's the key. See that? Okay, let's talk. You want to talk? Let's talk. Let's honest conversations. I wasn't even aware of the fact that my relationship had communication issues. That threw me for a loop. We always talk about how cool we are and how we're like the greatest couple, and we are the greatest couple, but I mean that. But how can we be so great? But then there were all these things between us not being said. Like, I don't get that.
I know why.
Why?
Well, I can speak for me personally. I can't really speak for you. But there are a lot of times where I am dealing with something. Mostly when I'm dealing with something, where I'll come to you and I'll talk to you about it. But then there are times where I'm dealing with something and I feel as though if I come to you to talk about it, it will just add stress on you, or you'll take it the wrong way, or you'll be overly concerned with my happiness. And that's a big thing for me. It's hard for me to come to you about certain things because you automatically assume that it means I'm unhappy. And if I'm unhappy, that means that there's something in our marriage that's wrong. And it becomes this really extreme or escalated situation. And it doesn't have to. Sometimes I'm just dealing with something. And even if I'm unhappy with that thing, it doesn't mean I'm unhappy overall. So I'll find it easier to either deal with it myself or to go to a different source and seek counseling.
Counseling.
And that's just usually what I'll do. Sometimes that ends in, hey, you should talk to him, and then I will come to you. Sometimes I'm able to handle it on my own. Sometimes we're able to handle it. It all depends. I realize that that's a flaw. I should come to you, or should be able to come to you for everything. Not saying there's anything wrong with seeking help outside of our marriage, but I shouldn't seek that help because I don't feel like I can come to you about it in the first place. So that's a thing for me. Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So I want to work on that. There are a lot of things I want to work on with you. Because I don't want us to have issues. The idea of us having issues bothers me. You okay?
Yeah, it's just we took it on an empty tummy.
Oh, I guess we did, didn't we?
I mean, it'll work faster, but are we?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
You want a snack?
What do we have?
Food.
Oh, my God. Well,
I
was just thinking how great it was to have some food.
I decided the other day at the grocery store to buy a watermelon. See, I don't like watermelon.
I don't like watermelon either.
Yeah, but it's really hot, and I'm the kind of person I enjoy fruits and vegetables quite a bit, but I prefer them in things, especially like smoothies and stuff. So I will sooner eat veggies than fruit. I don't know. So I have a hard time just eating fruit, but there's apples and kiwi and cherry and other stuff. I'll be right back.
There she go, leave it again. Yeah, she always leave. She said, "Oh, I love you." Then she leaves. I am gonna work on my communication skills. I think that's important. I don't want there to be issues between my wife and I. So I'm gonna really do what I can to fix that. Other than that, hey, look, I'm off today, which is nice. And I just have so many concerns about this stream. I do. Like the fact that like poor connection keeps popping up is a concern for me. But I look forward to these every week. It's just I don't know. I don't want to be one of those couples who can't identify when there's something wrong, so we sweep it under the rug and we pretend like everything's fine. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm very happy to be able to talk to my wife, find out what's going on, and sort through that. Um, what else? I don't know. It's just, isn't it weird when she's not in here? It's just like me. And that's funny because I do a lot of videos, like all the time, and I'm fine with that. But somehow when she leaves, it's just weird. I don't know. I'm probably just being weird. I get that. I'm I don't want to say I'm off my game, but there's clearly something going on with me, and I don't know how to handle that. Let's let's address some things, I suppose. Want to do that? Let's do that. Let's address some stuff. I am unhappy with the idea that my job is about to end. I'm trying to I'm gonna turn off the data on my phone so that it depends completely on my wireless. But in doing so, I feel like it got worse. So how about instead I turn the data back on, right? But see, all right, that's a little better, I guess. I have I've grown privy to the level of respect that comes with my position at work. Like people dig what I do, and I dig what I do, and I feel as though I'm very respected at work, which is not a feeling that I've had at any other job ever. But I feel appreciated for what I do, and I feel respected in my position, and other people in other positions of authority also respect my position, and I love that. And I'm a little disappointed to see it about to go. I don't know what that means for me. I don't know what's going to happen from this point on, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Like, because we're always fine. We'll bounce back. I'll get unemployment and it'll be fine. But I don't deal well with uncertainty. That's the thing. I like to know a thing. That's kind of where I stand. I like to know stuff and not just, oh, I hope that this can work out. I hope that, oh, I'm sure we'll be able to see. I don't want to do all of that. It's just, it is or it's not. Not that I deal in absolutes or anything. But so these are the kinds of things that I deal with on a daily basis. So when my wife calls me and she says something about somebody ate something, I'm just like, I'm dealing with so many other things. But that's unfair of me. Like, the idea is to make sure that she doesn't have to deal with those sorts of things. But in doing so, I can't get mad that she's not dealing with it. You know, she's dealing with the things that are important to her. I told her to take care of the house and do her thing, and that's what she's doing. And if something disrupts that, that's a thing for her. And it's unfair of me to say that mine are more important or mine are really, but we'll get there.
You don't have to tell me every little thing on your mind in a moment. Like, if you randomly have a thought about peanuts and pickles, I don't need to hear that unless you just want to tell me that you're thinking about peanuts and pickles. But for the more important things, yes, I do want you to feel as though you can talk to me. I understand why you wouldn't say certain things to me, and I respect that for whatever reasons you have. Um, what's important to me is you knowing that you can talk to me. And I feel like, excuse me, as the husband, as the one in charge, the dominant one, the captain, you hold on to a lot of things. And, some things you're going to have to do that with. I get it. But I think you do it a lot more than you have to. And it puts undue stress on yourself. You telling me things, I feel as though you don't tell me things to avoid me being stressed out. But knowing that you're stressed out when all you have to do is just talk to me stresses me out. You telling me things does not stress me out because I completely trust you, and I try my best not to worry. I very rarely worry about like our situation financially.
And I don't want you to.
Right, and I don't I don't worry about it at all because it always gets taken care of. But sometimes, at least I feel, it's very beneficial just to be heard. Having all that in your head with everything that you go through and you deal with is a lot. And I I definitely need to talk, and maybe I should come to you more. But I'm sure some people will agree that I will message and I will vent about the most obscure things that don't even matter. Um, Sometimes I need to calm down and get my life in order. But even though, like, sometimes I go into the conversation knowing that I'm wrong for the things I'm going to say or the way that I feel about something, but I think just being heard helps,
I don't want you to feel like you're wrong for the way you feel. How you feel is how you feel.
Okay, maybe not justified for the way I feel sometimes. Sometimes I'm just irritated. Sometimes I'm just looking for something to pin it on. Like yesterday, I was looking for things, looking for reasons why I was upset. So I feel like talking is very important. For you, it used to be writing, and in a sense, it still is. But you have a wife now, you have a family, and I want, even if you don't come to me, you have a counselor, you have the ability to reach out, and if you don't want to talk to me about something, then go to someone else.
So while we're here, I hear you. While we're here, what are some things as a husband I could be doing better for you?
Just that.
I mean, like, if you need a minute, that's fine.
But see, that's the thing. I don't have any complaints. It's just that. I just want you to talk to me,
And I felt like I was.
You talk to me, but you don't talk to me, What about me?
Well, it's funny you asked. Whips out list. Page 74, Rule 286, subsection 3, paragraph 4A.
Oh, no. Part 1.
Part 1. Don't worry, we'll get to the B's in a minute.
Do the back of your eyes feel weird?
No.
Do the top of your eyes feel weird?
No.
Okay.
Just you?
The top of my eyes feel weird. Like, not the back, but like up there under the eyebrow. Top of the eye.
I just feel a little mellow. Offhand, if we're just sitting and we're talking.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'll use the wrestling game as an example. Because
Are we about to, or you just...
I'm just letting something do something in the background. I am very much into my wrestling game. I enjoy it. I have a good time with it. And my wife also has a good time with it. And I'm glad that I'm able to share that with her. Yeah, I would like you to not feel as though, oh, if I do this, he'll be impressed or he'll be proud of me. Like,
okay.
Do I want you to play? Oh, I would love it if we played more. I would love it if you took it more seriously and, we were having conversations about stats or whatever. And I would love that. But I don't want you to do it thinking, well, if I do this, now he's happy. It's like...
That's not anymore. Now, I sincerely enjoy playing. I want you to know that. I'm learning more about stats, and I find that I'm looking and peeking and stuff, and it's really become... Wait. Sorry, I got invested in who you're picking.
You have a choice? I don't know.
I would like to take away, if that's okay, AJ Styles.
No, but I want AJ in there for Sean.
Okay. So I want you to take out Seth Rollins.
Oh, by Seth.
And bring in Edge.
Wow.
And then for your last guy, I would like to see Xavier Woods.
Really?
Xavier Woods doesn't get enough love.
Wow.
I used to play him a lot. You remember that? I really liked Xavier.
So for the record, while we're talking, so this complete pig sidebar. It's a 6-man elimination match with like some of the biggest names in professional wrestling, and Xavier Woods.
Okay, he is one of the biggest
Shawn
names.
Michaels, AJ Styles, Cesaro, Edge, Randy Orton, and then Xavier Woods. Like,
why are you dissing Xavier Woods?
I love Xavier Woods, but he's not the caliber of an Edge or a Randy Orton.
Isn't that how a lot of people got their push, by being pushed? Let him prove himself.
But anyway, the point I was originally trying. I would love to do more, but I don't want you to think you have to do it for me.
I was responding to you.
Like,
you said
I think I may be feeling it more than I thought I was.
You hear me? You asked something and I was responding. Oh, the wrestling game. Yeah, that. Anyway, I sincerely enjoy it. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. The thing that's very important to me is your approval. And I know that I don't need your approval, but and I don't need it. But you are a 2K veteran at this point. And it's a big deal when you approve of something because you take such an interest in everyone you create. You not only take the time to give them the right attire and the right look, the right features, and you go through everything, you also come up with a backstory and a gimmick. And I think that's very important. You used to always talk crap about people who would just, just have some guy, Steve, come out in jeans and a t-shirt, like Dean Ambrose style.
Yeah, he's got on a Dean Ambrose shirt.
He just punch,
and he puts
kick.
like a Randy Orton logo on top of it. Like,
or blatantly.
That doesn't count.
or like the girl who does the channel and she took like Naomi's outfit and just, like that kind of thing. And I get it completely. Um but that is part of the reason why it's so important to me for you to get that stamp of approval from you. Like, oh, I see you put in work. I like what you did with this and that. And I don't do it because of you, but it is a great compliment when I do get your approval. It's very important to me. Every character that I have, like every single character I've created, has a backstory. Even if I don't use them anymore, or I completely repackage them, everybody I've created on this game has a gimmick and has a story. That's very important to me. I get a little bit obsessed with history, and a lot of my characters have more of a historic feel, or historic type story, because that's just my version of creating. But it also happens to kind of go in the same. What am I trying to say here? The way that I create happens to be similar to the way that you create. You want them to look a certain way. You have an idea when you go into it, even if you're swayed later on. You always give them a gimmick, and you always give them backstory. And that's what I do, just differently.
And that's fine. See, I made peace with the idea that I'm a creative person, right? Oh, AJ! Wow.
Hi, AJ.
I'm a very creative person, and I put a lot of myself into everything that I do. And for the same reasons that I want to be able to play this with you and share and see what you're doing with your own characters. Here we go. We talking, right? We talking. Are the same reasons why it's important to me when you sit down and you read anything that I've written, because that's the piece of me that, like, it's the best pieces of me, I think. Because I've taken the time and crafted it the way I wanted it to look, and in my mind I'm like, ha, nailed it.
When I tell you that I've been enjoying reading your work. I really have. See, this is the thing, okay? We rediscovered your fan fiction, and I started reading it, and I was really enjoying it. And then you started writing new stuff. And I stepped away from the old stuff, not because it wasn't good, but it was just like, it's like, here's an example, like a TV show. It's like if you discovered Being Human, the UK version, and then you found out there was a US version, you probably stop and go to the US version. You know what I mean? It's a newer, updated version of something that you've been enjoying. So I've really been enjoying reading your work, and it's been absolutely excellent. And do you remember right after we met, right after we met, we stayed on the phone all night, and I didn't know you had to like leave for work at like 4 a.m.
I know where you're going with
and this. You sat and you read me all of In Real Life. And I remember when you first told me that you were right, I'm like, okay, all right. But then you read me your book, and I was just like, holy shit, like, you write and you're good. And I really enjoyed that, and I've enjoyed everything you've written. I have my favorites, of course.
We can come back to that.
Okay.
See, you know how sometimes you fish for compliments? It's like, I'm always fishing. I just don't say anything. Like, I won't be like, so what do you think it is? Do you like this one? You like this one? I don't do that.
You just have a slick way. I know you're doing it. Like, I know when you're doing it.
For me, I would rather you come to me and go, hey, while you were at work, I did this thing. Shit, that was amazing.
Okay.
Or, hey, maybe if we tried it this way.
Can I tell you something? Wrestling game. That's your fishing. Like that is what I do. Like I don't do it purposely so you can see it, but I also know when you see it, that's gonna feed into your ego. You know, and I know you like that.
It's not even for my
not your ego, your ego.
I'm horribly insecure when it comes to anything that I have put effort into. I think that's fair. It's about the effort that I put in and I think it's good. So why don't you? What seems to be the problem?
So now can I point something out to you?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you just admitted. Do you understand now why I always ask you so many questions about dinner? You always fuss at me for that, but I want to make sure that something I created that is really for you is everything that you want it to be or need it to be. And taking suggestions like, oh, well, this was a little salty, or oh, this needed more salt. I can take that for the next time and make it so that it can be better perfected for you.
Okay. That in mind, I hear you're right. You know, because I always get on you for fishing, but it's like sometimes I'm not necessarily just offering anything. You like, hey, dog, you want to tell me that was good? You know?
And it's not even that I want you to, just like make me feel good. Because I don't look for praise. When it comes to cooking and stuff, I try to be pretty humble about that. I'm really critical of my own work. And it's nice to know that you guys enjoy it.
You have thoughts here?
Brock Lesnar.
Like, I get it. You know, like, I just want you to be like, oh, here's the thing I did completely arbitrarily without even you mentioning it to me, and I enjoyed it for this, and this. Mm-hmm. But then when you bring me food and you sitting there and you're looking at me while I'm chewing, you're waiting for me to tell you how I felt about it because it's what you look forward to. Just too random.
He doesn't have multiple offense.
So, yeah, I completely get that. You just, from now on, I took for granted that you knew I thought it was good. You know?
But again, it's not so much, oh, is it good? I want to know if you like it. But suggestions as well. Like there are times where you're like, oh, right, I would like this to have more of this or less of that.
Dude, I completely get that now. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, and
I'm also, just glad you understand.
I never wanted to come off like you did a good job with dinner.
Then don't do it that way.
Was really
you know
nice.
What I mean?
But I'm always worried that if I say it every day like that, then it'll just start feeling that way to you.
Okay, think of it this way. When it comes to dinner, I will always be accepting and expecting feedback.
Okay.
Negative or positive.
Okay.
When it comes to cleaning, you don't have to pat me on the head for that. Because there's no such thing, and I don't mean this in a cocky way, there's no such thing as me not cleaning good. So I don't need feedback for stuff like cleaning.
Why?
But it would be nice.
Dust just pop into my head.
Dust? What do you mean?
Like dust. Like do you dust?
I should.
Are you a duster? More. Do we have a duster?
We don't, but I will. Are you going to ask me when's the last time I dusted?
I don't know why that just occurred to me. Like
I know why, and it's cool. Like I'm not going to get I don't mean to say that way. I'm not going to get offended by that or anything like that. I do need to dust more, so I will. I don't have a duster. I would like a duster. I've been wanting a duster, but I don't have a duster.
I don't put much thought into that because I used to hate it when my mom would walk in my room, and my room to me was clean. I made the bed. There wasn't stuff in the closet. There wasn't stuff under the bed. The drawers were organized, and she would walk into my room and like on my dresser or a desk, and she would go, "This ain't clean." Like,
Well, she had a preference.
So I mean, it's like, if there's dirt in the air, what would you like me to do about that? Like,
Did it? See, the other day, I think it was in the room, and in the court.
hey, pig sidebar, please don't forget. Somebody modded a 2K15 version of CM Punk and then uploaded it to the server. So there's just a real CM Punk just out there.
What you gonna get it for?
I'm sure you'll be there. But I just wanted to throw that out there. But please, continue. Did I make
the
you
other
forget?
day,
Okay.
we were in the room, and there was like some cobwebs up in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And you went and got the broom, and you got it down
Mm-hmm.
because it had been annoying you. But it wouldn't have been there to annoy you if dusting was done. They have devices so you can reach those corners. They have the dusters, the handheld ones. They have dusting wipes. There are options. We just don't dust, and I should dust.
I don't care like that.
So then why did you ask?
I don't know. It literally just popped into my head.
Some people are more anal than others. I feel as though I would like to dust more. I'm not going to be like a crying duster, but I think dusting is somewhat important. Like, I can't imagine how dusty back parents behind those books.
I think what it comes down to, at least for me, is this. I want you to like the things that I like, but I want you to want to like them. Not because I like them, but I want you to want to like them.
Will it ever make you think that anything that I do that you do would be me doing it without enjoying it?
Because I know you. You'll do things because you think they make me happy.
But in return, it makes me happy to do those things while enjoying it.
Okay, and maybe I'm just being a douche about it, but I don't want you to like it because, oh, he likes it, so I like it. I want you to like it.
Okay, so maybe
I want you to like it and enjoy it independently of me.
Okay, think of it this way instead then. Anything you're into, I am interested because you're interested. But when I get into it, after doing it, I begin to enjoy it and like it the way that you like it. I don't just automatically.
It still sounds to me like you're making yourself like something. I don't want you to fake it till you make it. You didn't hear anything I said.
I want you to really listen to me, okay? I am interested because you're interested. I'm already interested in it. It's just like saying you're interested in a new game coming out. You haven't played it. You don't know if you'll like it, but you're interested enough to give it a try. It just so happens that everything that I've done that with thus far, I have gained enjoyment from it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. First, let me tell you that I didn't realize that this is hit me a lot quicker than I thought, which is nice. Like for me, in a typical day, if I get up, if I have to leave the house by 2:30, I usually get up about 1:30 because I want to come in here and do something in the game. And normally it's just, there was a new logo I wanted to upload, or I didn't like the way that guy's boots looked, so I'm going to fix that. It's like little stuff like that. I do that all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like that's the level that I put into it.
Okay.
But what I need to understand is just because you don't put that level of stuff into it doesn't mean you don't like it.
If you have an idea, you come out and you do something with your idea. When I have an idea, I come out and I do something with the idea. Don't mistake how often we have ideas to how much I enjoy the game.
See, you're right. You're right. But I don't just turn on the game when I have an idea. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll just want to have an idea. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes it's like, if I just watch a match or two, or if I play through it, then maybe something will hit me. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I just want to see how Occam's doing today. It's like, I don't want to say that I worry about them like they're people, but I worry about them like they're people.
Okay, also consider this. Two things, actually. One, who's to say that I don't turn on the game just to look at stats or see how people are doing or just run a match and see the match play out? I don't always have an idea. Sometimes I just want to do something in a game or see something in the game. Also, you have to think about our day. Our days are very different. For you, you get up in the morning or afternoon or whatever you get up at least an hour before work. You spend a majority of that time out here on the game. And then you get dressed and you go to work. And then you come home at 12 and you end up doing it some more. For me, I get up and immediately start cleaning. And after I'm done taking a couple of hours cleaning, I'll go and I'll do whatever it is I need to do for myself. So I'll like shower, do my hair, or whatever. And then I take a minute, take a breath, relax. And then sometimes I'll come out here and play the game. Sometimes I won't at all because I'm tired. But our days are completely different. So I don't get up in the morning and play the game because I'm getting sleep because I know I have to immediately start cleaning and stuff. We have different days completely. But you are also away. You're at work. So you can't see how often or I don't know what I'm saying. You don't know when I'm on the game, pretty much. It's just when you're home, I'm also home. So I see when you're doing it, but you can't see when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And I don't always say, hey, I played the game today or I turned on something. And I think maybe you assume that I don't or not as often as you feel like would be the amount a true fan would do it. And also maybe you're looking for physical changes. Like or maybe you're looking for physical changes like oh, I see she changed someone's outfit or something like that.
No,
But
I
don't
get it. I
do that often. And also another thing is whenever I do change something or do like let's say I make a new person or I do a new outfit, I always come to you and tell you because I want your opinion. I want you to see what I've done. But there are a lot of times where I'll come out and you've made like a new person completely. And I'm like, oh, who is that?
you
That's really
do.
cool. And you'll say, oh, I made him like 2 days ago. It's like, why didn't you tell me? Like, that's really interesting, you know?
I just because I want to avoid. Honestly, I won't say, "Hey, look at this guy." I just repackaged the area. By the way,
You
but,
did?
yeah.
Oh.
His new name is Lorenzo Dominguez.
Hmm.
But I don't want to come to you and be like, "Oh, look, I did this." Like I'm like this 4-year-old who just drew a picture and I'm
You're
looking for your approval for
you're
it.
overthinking things again.
I probably am.
You are over. Okay. Do you tell me when you've written more? Yes or no?
Actually, I haven't written in about a week, but yes.
But do you tell me when you have?
Yes.
Then why can't you say, hey, I made a new person? I told you to come to me and let me know when you write something because I'm interested. And I've told you time and time again to let me know when you make somebody because I'm interested, but you won't.
Noted. See, we're growing. I almost thought you were gonna put coffee in there with the heavyweights. It's like, whoa. Talk about a push.
Who won the last match?
Randy Orton. So, do you think I'm weird for being so into my characters?
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I'm weird for how I'm really into like historical characters?
That's what you mean the characters you make or the fact that you like period pieces?
No, the characters I make.
I think you make what's in concordant to the things that are interested to you.
And so you're admitting that I'm interested in it and I take great pride in the
Like
characters.
I'm saying that I know that you love your period pieces, and for you, it would make sense that you would have people from an era like that because it's your thing.
Okay, and is it fair to say that I take great interest in my characters and put work into them?
I'm sure.
Okay, so why would I
But is
think
it
you're
wow,
why would I think you're weird for doing the same thing?
like
You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
I do. I feel like I go overboard.
How?
I feel like I do too much. You know?
Okay, do you feel like you do too much and you want to do something about it? Or
No,
do
I
you
mean
feel like you do too much
I feel like
as far as judgment?
I feel like I'm doing too much, and that part of you is like, wow, he is really, and you're like, okay, it's a character, I get it, you know.
Why would I feel that way about someone whose approval means so much about my character's
because
creations?
I'm horribly insecure.
There's no reason to be at all.
I'm horribly insecure. It just look, I take all my characters very seriously, but you know, I like to think that it's a realistic concern. Like, wow, I didn't mean for this to take a biblical turn, but if I had created something and it didn't do something that I wanted it to do, I couldn't be mad at it. It did what I designed it to do. Like the wrestlers, there are sliding bars that you can make them aggressive or passive. You can make them loyal or treacherous. You can make them, you know, cowardly or brave. And if I set these things to what I want them to be, and then you act in concordance to that, I can't be mad at you. Like that would be stupid. So why oh why are there people who think that there's anything they could do for God? Like I don't think my wrestling characters are sitting around, what can we do to please the creator? Perhaps a new person will join our ranks if we make him happy. It's like that's not what's happening. You know, I don't that's not the turn that I want. I'm not going there. It's that just strikes me as odd. You know, like there's a challenge. There was this thing, a religious evangelist dude said he would pay $500,000 to any non-believing person whom he could hook up to a polygraph and then have them wish to God that somebody they cared about got sick or died. And if you really don't believe, the polygraph wouldn't move. But if it moved, then that was him saying, see, you really do believe. And it sounds clever, but here's the problem. I am very much anti-religion. And while I don't think that if I pray that my wife gets lupus, that it'll happen, I'm not going to say I want anything bad to happen to my wife. Like, me not wishing cancer on you has nothing to do with the fear of any God. It's, I don't want that out there. Like, you my wife. Why would I want you to have something to prove a point? Like, that's wrong to me. Like I would never wish bad on people that I care about. I don't wish bad on people that I don't care about. I don't mess with you no more. No, that's nice. That was a nice pick. Okay, of the people in this match, who do you think's the weak link here? Honestly.
The weakest link?
Yeah. Like overall aside.
Probably AJ.
Really? I would have.
Dean Ambrose can take a butt whooping.
I would have immediately gone with Dean Ambrose. I mean, you in here with some heavyweights.
But he can take it. You know, like a lot of his matches are just him getting thrown around the ring for a while until he gets in his punches and moves, you know?
It's fair, I guess. Like, I'm sorry y'all don't like AJ. AJ is I was on the fence about AJ Styles, but then I've seen what he can do and I was like, all right, I'm on board.
I just don't like him.
I'm an AJ Styles fan.
He's never really
now.
impressed me.
I could show you some stuff, dude.
But see, it's
that's
not just
another
it's
insecurity
not just
that I have. I think, like, if I like somebody, what do you mean you don't like him? Like, I have to get away from the idea that just because I like something and you don't doesn't invalidate why I like it.
Wouldn't it be bad or worse if I was like, oh yeah, honey, I like wrestling, and I just like everybody you like and dislike everybody you like? Wouldn't you feel like I didn't really like it? I was just saying what you're saying.
And you know what?
And it makes it better that I have my own
absolutely
opinions about
right. That's just me being insecure.
You shouldn't.
Like I am a. This is less about the wrestling now and more about the insecurities. I'm an AJ Styles fan, but Asia is not. And I don't get offended, but it's like, well, why not? Like,
you're a Charlotte fan, and I'm not.
And it's terrible to say it like this. I don't mean it like this, but I don't. Well, maybe if you paid more attention, then you would see that AJ Styles is super cool. And it's just you watch the same stuff that I do. You just don't like AJ Styles. So what? Like, that's fine. Like, who do you like? I know you're a Bray Wyatt fan. Like, is there anybody that you like that I don't like? Like, right now I'm a big fan of the Fashion Police.
I like the Fashion Police.
I like all the Fashion File stuff.
They're cool.
You
know, I'll admit, I haven't seen them wrestle, but I do enjoy their gimmick.
There's at the last pay-per-view, I'll even show it to you. It was hilarious. We're gonna have to end this soon. Our phone's gonna die. They went undercover to do something, but then they had to go to the match. So Tyler Breeze was out there disguised as a janitor, but still wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't win, but it's a great match. And you can see that they really want to do something with the Fashion Police. And it's just like, all right, we've got something, slow build into it. Kind of like they did with New Day. Dare I say, Fashion Police are up there with New Day for me right now. But see, just because this might not be for you, don't make it no more or no less entertaining. I'm learning that. Like, I can like things and you not like things, and that be okay. Like, I want to say this on camera. My phone's gonna die, but I want. This is important for
me.
You
know you can plug it in while it's doing that.
No, I can't because the weight of it. This thing will lean over and it'll be done.
That's because you're using a bad charger.
It's okay. No, I promise. I promise you. But you know what? For the sake of argument, I'm gonna shut up and let you try.
You want to do this first?
You know, I listen to a lot of podcasts and debates and stuff, and I try to introduce them to my wife when I can. So if I find something that I think is interesting, it's like I try to bring it to her. And I don't know how to say this without it sounding mean, but I want you to know that I mean it with all the love in the world. When they start talking about anthropomorphic naturalisms and how that affects, the Noah hypothesis, I don't show you those. Because if I'm confused by it, I don't want the embarrassment of you saying, well, what does that mean? And then I can't explain it to you.
Are you a scientist? Are you a professional debater? Are you a researcher? Yes or no?
It's fair to say I'm a researcher.
Okay. Are you a professional researcher?
No.
then why would I look down on you for not understanding an
We're not
area
even look
that you
down. It's
don't
just
study?
if I'm trying to introduce you to things that I'm interested in, but sometimes there's some of it that goes a little over my head. Is all I'm
Are
saying.
you interested in it?
I am.
So why not just say, hey, I'm interested in something, not quite sure what it is. Let's find out together if you're interested as well. You have to stop being insecure about things that there's no reason to be insecure about. I love you, and I don't think any of these things about you. It's all in your head. And for as much crap as you give me about being down on myself or being insecure, you do it all the time. And you um prevent yourself from being able to share things with me, whether it's talking or physical things.
Okay. Hey, one of two things is about to happen. And you're right, by the way. You're absolutely right. I'm going to work on that. Asia's going to go get a charger and she's going to plug it in. This thing's going to tip over like I said it was.
Uh-huh.
And if that's the case, then that means that this is pretty much the end of the video.
Okay.
Or she's going to plug it in and I was absolutely wrong. And it's going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then this video will continue.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So let's see. Very quickly. And keep, what is that for? Okay. That in mind, on this channel, I have been very particular not to discuss what my religious beliefs were. For the record, I don't have religious belief at all. Like, the definition of atheist is a person who does not have a belief in God, or there hasn't been evidence to satisfy that person to mandate a belief. And I get that. And as much as I listen to the Atheist Experience, and as much as I'm a Matt Dillahunty fan, and I'm really digging R&R, Nate, dude, check out R&R. He look crazy, but he good people. You'll like him.
Who?
His name's R&R.
R&R.
As much as I dig like the atheist stuff, I'm not an atheist. But I am satisfied and content to say that I am 100% unconvinced that the Christian God exists. That to me is nonsense. And I feel so bad for some of the people that I care about who stay there. You know, I try to have these talks with them, and I've got to learn that it's not for me to have these talks. You're all right. We're trying to work it out. I don't need to have these talks. It's not for me to have. Okay, it's a little lopsided.
Is it? Okay, but wait, I can fix that. Don't touch.
Like, Asia's mom, for example, diehard Christian, and she's like, oh, thank you, Jesus, for all you've done for me. And I look at her life, and I'm like, did Jesus help you get your master's degree? You know, did Jesus help you through all these tough times?
Is it leaning that way?
It's literally, dude, all you got to do is just one. No, don't even do that. It's just a, dude.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Is it charging?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I guess. Let's see. Yep.
We're good. I did it.
You did it. Asia was right.
See, I put the table you asked, if you're wondering. I put the table
so it wouldn't be weight.
Yeah.
Nice. If you can give God credit, then you also have to give him the blame. You know, you can't say there was a hurricane in Louisiana and 11 people were killed, but 2 of them, by the grace of God, only got minor injuries. We need to blame him for the 11 people who died. You can't say that's a natural disaster and then go, oh, this house burned down and my sister burned to death, but the Bible is fine. Really? Like, that irks me. Her mother is probably one of the strongest women that I know. And that's high praise. But for her to give away the credit and recognition that she deserves because she earned it, because she did these things, to give it to the imaginary sky daddy bothers me.
She clarified that for me. She gives him the credit of giving her guidance and strength. But she also says she did it. That's the credit that she gets. And that's all she has.
And that hurts me. Because religion has really saved your mama. Like, that's... But it's not the religion. It's the camaraderie of good people. It's the good feelings you get from being involved with like-minded people.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about your answer, okay?
Okay.
We always talk down religion and stuff because we don't agree with it. It's bullshit, obviously. But if there is something in someone's life that makes them happy, and if we always go with the motto of, is it motto or motto?
Motto, mantra.
Okay.
Either one's fine.
Okay.
Motto.
Okay. If we go with the idea of do what's best for you, and religion or the belief in God, such like an example would be like my mom, makes her happy and brings her peace in life, even if it's not true, and she doesn't try to pin it on other people, does that make it bad still?
It's still bad, but I can let it go because your mother's not saying, here's what I think, you have to think it too. Like,
but that's the whole thing. Is it really bad then? From your perspective, it's bad because you've looked into it, you know about it, and how
because it's been almost 100% proven to be inaccurate on every count.
But you look at the facts. But this is someone who was literally raised in it. She didn't have a you. I would still be a little Christian girl if I didn't meet you. So it's unfair to say it's bad for her just because you know it's bad because you know it makes no sense. This is someone who's never looked into it that way. This has literally always been truth for her. The same way you wouldn't question ABCs or numbers or why we use this instead of that. You just happen to look into it and you think more. Your father raised you a certain way while mom was raised in a very religious home. I was raised in a very religious home. If I didn't meet you, I wouldn't have the mindset I have now. But mom didn't have that privilege of meeting a you.
You know, I really do feel like I was prepped for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, church never made sense to me. Religion never made sense. And my argument used to be, well, if the Bible is where are the dinosaurs? You know, Noah's Ark said there were dinosaurs. I don't see no dinosaurs. You know, and that's just so, it's flimsy. It's flimsy. But the more I looked into it, the more you just find, how did a 600-year-old drunk man and his kids build a boat? A boat, and they put 2 of every kind of animal on the boat. And the boat, by design, had one window. How did you not die from the methane poisoning from just all the shit being in the boat? What did these animals eat? How long were they? And then they say it was a global flood. But meanwhile, in Egypt, they were building the pyramids. Nobody else in the world saw this global flood. It's just this one little speck. It's like, and if you look into it, it's obvious. The fact that we can cut open a tree and it can be 100,000 years old and you can count that just completely destroys everything. How do you not see it?
You still didn't answer my question though.
Did I just avoid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the question?
What was his name? The banana guy?
Banana guy. Oh my God! I just banana man.
Roy. What's his name? Roy.
Ray Comfort.
Ray Comfort. You just Ray Comfort me.
Okay. You know what? I apologize.
I hear
ask
you
me
completely,
your question,
but you
and I will give you a direct answer.
Everything that I just said, do you remember?
Just ask me the question. I'm
But
good.
that is the question. Everything I said. Do you remember that or no?
Just please just don't even give me the whole phrase. Just repeat the question.
But
just the question.
Oh, does that make religion bad for her, from her perspective?
From her perspective, absolutely not.
Okay. See, and that is why, do you remember the other day when you were talking to Kari about truth? And your argument was truth is truth, and his was truth is based on the beholder.
Yeah, I remember that conversation, but I'm comfortable in saying that he's wrong.
Okay.
Because there's a difference between truth and personal truth.
Mm-hmm.
Personal truth is not demonstrable. It is not detectable or measurable.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to depend on your feelings, but that doesn't make it true.
Mm-hmm.
And so your mother has a personal truth. That's fine. I don't think your mother condones slavery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think your mama ever wanted to stone you to death because you stayed out late.
Okay,
but that's what her religion entails.
And I hear
so
you.
She takes out the part that she doesn't like, and she uses the parts that she does, and that's fine. But the fact that you have to pick and choose the parts of the truth that you like should say to you, that's not truth. There aren't 11 versions of the truth.
She has loopholes, though, that you don't agree with.
There are not 30,000 denominations of truth.
Okay, and I understand that. But again, you are coming from a completely different perspective than her.
Okay.
She doesn't look at it that way because that has never been available to her to look at it that way.
But it is available. It's just they choose not to. Do you know what a statement of faith is? They literally make you sign a paper that says, even if people come to you and they have proof, you cannot accept it. It's like, then we're never going to be able to have a real conversation if I can prove to you that you're wrong, but you can't hear me.
I hear you, and you are absolutely right. But this is something, whether you agree with it or not, whether it's true or not, brings her some sort of peace. She, in the back of her mind, may know that there are questionable things in the Bible. They don't make any sense. They don't add up. But it's something that brings her peace. So she probably chooses to ignore those things and focus on the things that are important or make her feel like a better person. And I like to think my mom's a wonderful person. She gives credit to these things in the Bible, and she focuses on the good things, which are, they should not be rules in the Bible because, a good human being wouldn't do it anyway. But she gives credit to that. And while we may not agree with it, if it makes her feel like a better person and it brings her happiness, that's been the only consistent thing in her life. I will never take that away from her.
And I agree with
and
you.
She is always going to look at it as a good thing, while we look at it as not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, I mean, in a sense, a bad thing.
And you're right. But I will always fall behind. The rules don't change because they're inconvenient for you. You can't say, oh, your truth sounds too mean, so I'm going to stick with this one because it makes me feel nice. Like, even if that's what you were doing, you know what's true. You know. You innately know. I don't make statements that I can't prove. And if I do make a statement that I can't prove and you bring that to my attention, I can adjust. But there's no explanation for how religion explains the whole of creation. It just doesn't. And you were right. Dean Ambrose. I just want people to be happy.
But if she is happy, And though the opposite will probably be the opposite of happy for her, then how can you say you want people to know the truth even if you know it won't make them happy in the end?
It's because I feel like you, as a person or as an adult, you have to make peace with the fact that there are going to be some things that you just don't like. Some things are just gonna be hurtful things.
Can I ask you
But
something?
you have to find happiness in spite of that.
What is the difference between her being religious and her not being religious? Hear me out. Sure, she would know and accept the truth, right? But if being a Christian does nothing but bring her happiness once a week or twice a week, she goes to a place with friends and does something she enjoys doing, and she lives her life, whatever happens after death is going to happen regardless. But if that brings her happiness, even if it's wrong, is it just wrong, period? Or is it wrong for us, but okay for her because that is happy for her? To not have that, she wouldn't have those friends. Most of the people she know, she wouldn't have this place that she would go and that made her happy. At this point, it's not her given 10% tithe. It's a place that she enjoys so much and sees the progress and them building, like little community centers and doing different things, her contributing to it as a donation to something that she enjoys so much. I've had conversations with my mother and she agrees with almost everything that I say. But she'll have, of course, defend it with other things. And I think she's smart enough to know that there's a lot of it that doesn't add up, a lot of stuff in the Old Testament that she's admitted not agreeing with, but there are good things in it that's worth her continuing to believe it because it makes her happy.
And if you can acknowledge that there are parts of this book that make no sense, but there are some, and there are some good things in the Bible.
Because it's comforting. I know what you're going to say, why wouldn't you question all of it?
No, I'd say just chuck it all out and be a good person. Just live by the morals and those standards, but stop giving the book credit.
But she doesn't look, it's not just her looking at the book like, oh, everything in here makes complete sense and I agree with it. She's admitted there are things in the Bible she doesn't agree with. But the same way you may not look up every word in the dictionary, you still use the dictionary for some words. And I think she uses the Bible more as a concordance than a book of life. You know what I'm saying?
I was all set to agree with you because that was a great analogy with the dictionary. Mm-hmm. But I will use the dictionary for words I don't know how to spell. But at the end of the day, I don't thank the book, or I don't think that the dictionary.
Would you know the definition if the dictionary didn't exist? Yes or no?
Based on context clues from conversations, I might be able to put together.
You might be able to figure it out. But did it make it much easier for you to get a clear understanding as soon as you wanted to know? Yes or no?
Say it again.
Oh gosh, what did I say? Did it make it easier for you to get a clear understanding as soon as you wanted to know?
When I read the dictionary?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because the dictionary, if you look up cow, it's gonna say it's a grass-eating mammal, and sometimes we make hamburgers out of it.
Okay.
But it's not gonna have some cryptic bullshit that can be interpreted 3 different ways.
Okay, I hear you.
It's going to answer the question, answer. There's no interpretation.
Okay. If you look up cow and it says grass-eating mammal, but you don't know what a mammal is, what are you going to do?
You're going to look up
mammal. If it says something else and it's a word you don't understand, you're going to look up that word. That's what they do with the Bible.
And that's fine.
And it's used as a concordance. She's not saying she agrees with everything because there are scriptures I'm sure she doesn't like and one she does like. And she is smart enough to admit There are things she doesn't agree with when it comes to Christians and beliefs and how far people go, with getting touched by the Holy Spirit and all that stuff. But there are certain things that she agrees with, and maybe in the back of her mind, she knows these are just traits of being a good person or having good things or a good way to live your life. But she gives credit to God because I don't know.
See, your dictionary analogy is, while good, is flawed because the dictionary isn't wrong. The dictionary is a composite of words that we as people have agreed to use in this way, so it's understood by everyone. It has no bearing on how you should live your life. It doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't scare you into believing its definitions. These are just how we adjust. And moreover, if in popular culture we grow to use the word differently, it's adjusted. And the next edition comes out, we update it. There are no updates to the Bible.
I never said the Bible was the dictionary. I said that they use it like a dictionary because they live their lives that way. And that's absolute truth for them. Even though it's wrong in general, it doesn't mean that everybody looks at it that way. For instance, do you ever go to Urban Dictionary if you don't understand a slang word?
I do.
It doesn't mean that that's true, but a certain group of people or a certain amount of people say that this fake word we made up means this thing, so that's what we use. And
if I want to understand what they mean, I go to I go to Urban Dictionary.
Exactly.
Because it'll tell me what that person meant by it.
Okay.
But it's not a declaration of anything. It's an explanation on how that word is being used.
Then think of the Bible as Urban Dictionary. These aren't real words, but people made this up and said this is what this means, and that's how they use it in their life. They use it like a real dictionary, and it is not. It is a concordance or a devotional. They go to the things that make them feel good and get their day started. It's their coffee. That's it.
And if that's all it were, I'd be fine with it. But what happens is they go, well, my book says this, so you can't do that. And it's that's not right.
And that's not right. You're absolutely right. I disagree.
That's the problem that I have with it. Like, hey, while we're talking, true story. Asia's mom was at like some kind of park thing with Mike. You remember this story? They were like, it was like movie in the park day or something. And Mike saw two lesbians kissing. And she had to explain to him, like, okay, here's a girl. Here's also a girl. They like each other like a boy and a girl would like each other. And that's okay. And it probably upset her to have to. And it bothered her. And had she had her way, she probably would have preferred that they didn't do that. But that preference only came because a book told her it was bad.
That's unfair for you to say. Horribly unfair, and I'll tell you why.
Please do.
How many times have we had conversations and you say that gay or transgender or anything in the LGBT, area is a mental condition, and that you don't agree with it. You accept it because it's legal and you feel like people should do what they want to do, but you also don't agree with it. Because that's the exact same stance she has nothing to do with her Bible. Sure, it happens to say that in her book, but she also feels that way.
But that's where she got it from, though.
Not necessarily, no, because you feel the same way and you are not religious and you never have been religious. So how can you say because she's Christian, that's where it came from?
Let me clarify, and not because I want to be PC. I have no problem with gay people. Happiness wherever you find it. Like that, I can. Transgender, I really think there's something psychological there, but whatever. But just because I believe it doesn't make it true.
Okay.
And that's the difference. It's like they're going to urbandictionary.com and going, well, this website says that this is the devil. Must be.
But I have had conversations with my mother outside of the Bible. How do you feel about this? I still don't agree with it. As a social worker or as a what is it called?
Paralegal?
No. I guess social worker, counselor, whatever, that whole area, she doesn't agree with it at all. As a professional, she doesn't agree with it. Also, it has, and you know, her religion, her book, also doesn't agree with it. It just so happens. So I think it's the same stance that you have. Take away the religious part of it. Don't confuse her religion with all of her thoughts. She still has a mind of her own. She's not completely brainwashed. She just also believes something that is not true, that you don't believe. You know?
Okay.
I think it's unfair to put her professionally and just as a person in the same category as religion.
Okay. Okay. See, this is a good talk. You're right. That makes sense to me. Hey, completely off topic. This was Shawn Michaels and Sin Cara against AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
It's been phenomenal. Like, I wasn't trying to be funny when I said phenomenal, but it's been a great match. Like, Shawn's about to get him. My problem with religious people is that they claim to know things that they can't know. And based on what they think they know, they want to impose that on others. And that's my problem.
You remember last night when we were talking about Black people and how, or no, I think that was this morning actually, we were saying it's unfair to say dislike Black people because that would be saying that they all have that stereotype. It's more reasonable to say you don't like ignorant people or ghetto people. It just so happens that you personally have known a lot, or I personally have known a lot of Black people that have that stereotype that I don't like. It doesn't mean that all of them are like that. So it's fair to say the same thing about religious people. Most religious people that we have known have been that way. But sometimes there's some like Mom, or like a Micah, who still considers herself a Christian, but she also, every time we have conversations, be like, this don't make sense. I don't like that. I'm thinking, what was that? Yeah, we've had conversations. You know what she told me the other day? And I don't mean that, I don't know if it's bad to say on camera or whatever. I think it's fine. But she was like, it's the way she worded something. For somebody that's supposed to be so religious, she said, we were talking about kids. And she's like, I would like to have kids one day. And she said, even if I'm not married, I would still like to have a child one day. And it was like, oh, like that's a big thing to say for somebody who's, you know what I mean? So like, she is the type that makes up her mind about something. If I want this, then I'm going to do it, no matter what I have to do.
And I respect that.
And I want to say something, and I really don't mean this in a bad way, but I think it's okay to say since we're just being raw. I will tell you a fear that I have. I fear that Micah will turn into a Trina. And I don't want that to happen.
I don't see that.
You know? But she's got that type of ambition, though.
She's got the ambition, but she also knows how to take a step back. There's no competition for her.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, Trina needs to be the best forever. Like, look, I'm the best. Look at me. Out of all of us, it's me. Mike is just like, I'm just fucking good.
I'm just here. Hey.
I'm good. That's and she'll justify it. I want to help out at the library, but when she don't feel like it, hey, I got a family emergency. I can't fucking make it. Just can't do it. Like, she's willing to toss the book aside when it's convenient for her.
You know what I love? What she did. She's, like she's an artist. She's actually really good.
She is.
And people have been seeing how good she is. She's like, oh, people are like, oh, you should draw me a picture, or you should paint me something. And at first she would do it a lot, like as gifts and stuff like that. And then she realized after graduation, because I finally seen, because I've seen pictures of stuff, but I saw everything she's ever done professionally in like frames. It was really nice to see them all in person. And she was just like, yeah, people are asking me for stuff now. She's like, I'm gonna start charging people. Like, you think I'm that good, and you consider me like on professional level, and I'm about to go to college for it. If you want something, I'm gonna charge them. I'm gonna be reasonable, but I'm gonna take this seriously. She said, it's kind of like I'm good at it, so yeah, I'm gonna have you pay for it. Yeah. And she said, of course, I'll still like do things for like I think she does was really cool. You ever seen those boxes that lift up at the top, but when you stand them up, they look like books? Mm-hmm. So I think those are really cool. So she'll take those and she'll paint the whole thing, and then give it as gifts, like with like stuffed with things, and it's like they look really nice. And like she's been doing those a lot for like birthdays and stuff like that, and people like those. But it's like, I'm not just going to be giving you a bunch of them all the time. Like, here's a gift. If you would like to purchase more, like, you can buy it.
There's an expression, or I heard a saying. I don't want you to discount that it came from John Cena.
Okay.
It says, when you're good, you'll tell everybody about it. Mm-hmm. But when you're great, people tell you.
Nice.
And it's like, Micah is good. Micah don't be like, hey, look at my drawing. Isn't this awesome? We walk up to her. Hey, can I see more? I think your stuff's great. And if you get to that level, hell yeah, this is your profession now.
You know what somebody told her? Fucking Aisha's dad, Uncle Wally, he is like super duper whatever. Mm-hmm. You know about paintings, and I'm professional. But he
is he?
He lives that kind of lifestyle. I'll put it that way. Like I won't lie, they got a beautiful fucking house. It's like huge, it's gorgeous. Anyway, they have money. So anyway, he told her, mom put some pictures of her paintings, and he's like, Micah, this is really good. It's like sincerely good work. Like, I can see you holding on to this for some years and it being like really being worth something. It's like, wow.
Yeah, because if she makes it and like big things happen, anything Micah did is gonna be instantly worth money.
Mm-hmm.
Even
like, oh, what a Micah's first painting.
Like,
I can't, like, what's so funny is I remember this little girl who used to sit in front of the TV with like those like drawing pads and colored pencils and cheese crackers and watching SpongeBob and drawing, and she used to draw like little girl figures, and it was like cute, like, oh, a little kid drawing. And then as she got older, it started turning more into like model figures with different outfits, because she remembered for a while she wanted to be a clothes designer, which she's good at that too. And then it turned into like portraits, and it was like, fuck, Micah, you're like really good. And it kept getting better and better. I can't imagine. And that was all, she learned all this through like high school. I can't imagine what she's going to learn in college,
where they specialize in that subject.
Exactly. And then it just keeps getting better. I can't imagine.
Like, Micah is really good.
That's someone I can look at, and not just because she's my sister. Oh, wow. I can look at her and say that she really is going places. You know what I mean? Like, it's not very often you're able to say that kind of thing, you know? Especially for someone like, she went to a private school, but she was on scholarship. And then she got a scholarship to the school she wanted to go to. Like, that's why.
They're good when they pay you to come.
Yeah, that's true. I'm so glad that wasn't wasted on me, because I wouldn't have appreciated it. she got it because she deserved to get it and she wanted it. You know what I mean? And went to the right person. So I'm really interested to see what Michael's going to do. Like, how is his life going to be? Is he going to make a bash decision the way I did, or is he going to be like Micah, or completely different?
That's going to be a completely different thing.
How do you think it's going to be? Have you ever thought about it?
I have.
What do you think it's going to be, honestly?
Honestly, I feel like that kid is really going to need somebody. Like, he watched you make your own choices. And your mama didn't agree, but it was like, okay, it's fine, I understand. And then he's watching Micah do her own thing. And while it's her own thing, it's still completely different from what you did. And because he's a dude, he can't be like, well, I guess I'll be doing one of those two things. Whatever he does is going to be so completely different. And he's not going to have anybody he can talk to about it because he's the only dude who's going through it. And it's like that, he's really going to need like a strong male figure to be like, it's okay that you feel this way. These feelings that, this book tell you are evil. Nah, man, you just a dude. You having some thoughts. It's fine.
I think that's
and it's going to confuse him. Like, I would love to be that for Mike. Like,
not like, I mean, I think he already looks at you that way. That's why he loves being here so much.
I would happily be that for Mike. If I felt like I could make a difference in his life, nothing would give me more pleasure.
You already have. Remember that video you did talking about sex?
Mm-hmm.
And he was here and he was like, he said that what did he say? He disagrees.
He disagrees with it, but he know other people do it, so it's okay.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that was very smart. And I feel like he's kind of a lower dose of where Micah is. Half where Micah is. Micah's halfway where I am. Is that fair?
No.
No?
No, it's not fair. Micah's journey is a completely different journey.
Well, I'm talking about as far as progress, not progress, I'm saying like I'm so cocky, but away from religion and thought and questioning it.
I feel like he's going to retreat into it.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's like he'll have these issues and he'll go want to talk to a church pastor and he'll be like, well, if you read Ephesians chapter...
But Michael's a smart kid and he already has questions a lot. And I feel like Michael's getting older now. This was right around the same time where I was starting to have certain questions. Oh, listen to me.
I want Mike to do well. But he's a little boy who was raised by 3 women. And then the one male figure that he looked up to left by no fault of his own. Like, it didn't work out. And then, the one who should be the role model is in prison for beating on kids. So he's like, well, can't use that one. So then his mom gets married and it's like, oh, maybe this will be the guy. And then he's a dick. Like, who's he going to turn to?
You, family. He watched Scar like a hawk.
Mike is such a good boy.
He'll find his own way. We all have to go through it. It's just gonna be different for him because he's a boy. But
I didn't have the struggles that Mike had. Like, I didn't have struggles with religion when I was a kid. I got bullied. And there were times when I was the bully. But those were never the sorts of things where I felt like, oh, I'm so bothered by this. I don't know if I can keep living. It was just, yep, bully beating my ass today. I'll tell you a story. There was a girl who lived on our street. Her name was Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Literally, her name was Tomorrow. But it was spelled like Tamara. But when you would ask her, she just pronounced Tomorrow. And every time I would see her, I would be like, "The sun will come out tomorrow." And you know, I could be a little dick, and she'd be like, "Stop it, man. Bet your bottom dollar there'll be some." I was just like kind of a dick to her, but it was like in a playful way.
Was she cute? Did you like her?
I didn't like. I mean, she was okay. I mean,
did you say like?
I thought she was a nice person, but her boyfriend didn't like that, and word got around that he was looking for me. Now understand, I wasn't like you looking for me? I'm right here. It's like, man, I live on Woodmont. Your girlfriend live on Woodmont. If you want to talk to me, I'm here. Like, the fact that I said the joke don't mean it wasn't funny. Whatever, we want to talk, you want to talk. He was like, and him and like 3 of his boys end up catching up with me. And he's like, "Hey man, we should talk. I heard what you've been saying about my girl." I was like, "Oh yeah, someone come out around, I bet you about $1. It's like, and I thought it was funny. And he laughed. He was like, "Yeah, man, that is funny. I don't know why she was tripping." I was like, "Yeah, man, I don't know." And he was like, "Hey, let's walk to the store." I'm like, "Oh, let's walk to the store." Uh-oh. So we walk into the store. He was like, "Yeah, man, everybody was blowing this all out of proportion." It's like, that was real funny. I thought you was disrespecting her. And I was like, "No, man." It was just like, I bet you about $1. And he was like, "I think it was that guy over there." So I turned to look, and I was like, "I don't see nobody." And as I turned, wow. And he lays me out in the street. And him and his 3 boys are just beating the crap out of me.
Oh, no, I never knew that.
Like, they are stomping a mud hole in me. It wasn't close. Oh. It wasn't cute. It wasn't funny. It was just 3 dudes beating the crap out of one dude. So finally, they finish me off, and they throw me in a bush. And in the bush, there's like this basketball, but it's like old and flat. Like somebody left it there. So the dudes go to walk away, and I pull myself up out of this bush, and I pull up the basketball, and I throw it at him. And he turns around and he looks at me, and he's amazed that he was like, "Did you just?" I was like, "Bet you $1 that tomorrow." And they beat my ass again. But it was like,
it was the principle.
It was the principle of the matter. It was like, what were you gonna do? Go tell all your friends and brag about how 3 dudes beat 1 dude? Go ahead and tell them that. I was gonna lose regardless of if I said it or not. But the principle remains is you bet your $1 that tomorrow there'll be sun. I stood by that. No problem. So yeah, I was bullied a lot because my mouth got me into trouble a lot. But these days it's just not the same. Little kids don't take the bullying and go, "Okay, I need to be better," or "I need to defend myself," or "I need to stand up to the bully." We press charges. We put them in counseling. We try to give them safe spaces. It's like, me getting my ass kicked gave me character. Like, it's just the sort of things that kids go through, And Mike's gonna get to high school, and some dude's gonna bully him, and instead of saying, like I would do, like I would come home and not tell my mama, and she would have nothing happened, and then they would have to go up there and talk to him. He's gonna come home and they beat on me, and he said it was funny, and what are those? And he's gonna be one of those kids whose mom comes up to the school and wants to talk to the moms of the kids who did it. It's like, there was always that one kid that you knew whose parents came up there and you were like, you felt so bad for him because he couldn't handle it himself. That's gonna be Mike. He's not gonna know what else to do.
Micah made it clear, like they apparently Michael's now planning to go to Christian Brothers,
He is? Wow.
and
All
if
right.
he does, that will not be an issue for him. It will be saved until adulthood.
I think that's
Which could be
almost worse.
Yeah.
Like, I love Mike, and I
Like
want him
Michael
to find
has
his own
friends
way.
and stuff. He just doesn't have a father figure.
Little boys need their fathers. You know, look, kids just need their parents. We're trying to narrow it down to a gender. That's why the rule should be get married, have kids.
No,
Because you
no,
need
that's
them
not
both.
fair. That's not fair. Be happy. Get together, be happy, and have kids. It's like getting married obviously will come from happiness, but you can get married and be unhappy, have kids, and
That's true.
destroy them like my parents.
That's true.
So
it's like, that's why it takes two. Because one ain't supposed to do it by themselves. As a man who did it, it ain't fun. And I had it easy. I just want that boy to be alright.
he'll find his way. We all have to. Like, we all had daddy issues. Even him. It's just going to be different for him.
I would like to think that his daddy issues would be less, because for him, it's not like he can draw back on memories from when he was a kid and everything was great. He was just never there. So it's not like he misses it and he dwells on it. It's
That
just
is true.
it's just
He
absent
never-
from his life.
That is true. Wow. Like, he's seen him a couple of times in his
Like,
life.
for me, like, I don't have, there's nothing in my heart that's like, oh man, I really miss my grandparents. I never experienced that. I've never known what it was like to, have a relationship with my mother's mother or my father's mother. It's like, that's just not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not hurt by it. It's just absent from my life. And that's going to be Mike. It's just absent from his life.
He just doesn't know what a good father is.
But he doesn't know what a bad father is
Yes,
either.
he does.
He doesn't get anything.
Yes, he does. He knows that Michael's a bad father. He knows
I
that Silas is a bad father
going to
figure.
prison for child abuse or being an alcoholic drunk. An alcoholic drunk. Or an alcoholic.
That's a deep combination, alcoholic and drunk.
Right?
That's a
Who
lot.
could do that?
You need to cut your nails.
Wow, you know what? We started this, and it was kind of like, oh, ha 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 ha, the tough question. We really tackled some shit here.
I think so, yeah. I think we did.
I could have more.
You think so? How long has it been? How long has this video
We've been doing this for 2 hours, so we're at least 90 minutes in. Like, it could be more for me.
You want the other?
No, we still have gummy.
You want them?
How you feel?
I can have more.
1 to 10, where are you?
What's
10 is LSD.
10? Okay, no, just a weed scale, not a drug scale. 12 is coke.
Okay. You said if 0 was this is a normal day, and 10 is I am satisfied with where I am mentally.
Solid 5.
I think that's fair.
I'm aware, but I'm not there. That rhymes with rapper.
You are right. Yeah, I think that's fair. I want to get this CM Punk before they realize it's. Stop it! I am
You are
enjoying myself.
enjoying
Hey,
yourself.
I would be all for playing the wrestling game with you in a bit, but I would really like to do is there's a talk that I'd like to share with you. I haven't seen it yet. I would like to sit and listen to it with you, and maybe we could go for a drive in Grand Theft Auto. Just relax for a bit,
Okay.
if you're interested.
Sure.
Is this it? I don't think that's it. That's good though. It might be gone. Oh, it's broken, Matt. Delightful. I'm really enjoying One Punch Man. Like quite a bit. Real Model Mod. You know, I've seen better. Like, no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it. It's like,
I mean, downloads for the half.
Hmm?
I mean, download for the half.
323. I've having a very good time.
I'm happy. I'm gonna try this. I figure $4 to try it again. Just kind of melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand.
In your hand.
Just don't like watermelon. I'm very picky.
I like cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is so good.
Yeah, I'm very. Must be hard to cook for me.
For somebody that doesn't like sauce, you always like my sauce. Sounded bad.
I'm not sure where you were going with that.
I'm talking about the kitchen. Food. Edible food.
Okay.
No, I don't really like watermelon. I mean, this is okay. But I really like watermelon flavored things, like candy.
I feel okay. Thank you for sticking around as long as you have. That's really cool of you. Hanging out.
It's kind of boring, more quiet. Rough, I'm talking a lot.
She said, it can never be boring.
I guess. You're right.
Like, I'm just.
I did say that to you.
She did. She was very deliberate with that, too. I just came across a guy online whom I liked so much that I'm not gonna touch him.
No?
Yeah. I like the look of this guy.
I want to find someone.
And I'm just gonna see what he can do. I don't like his shirt. Because it's clearly a Bobby Lashley shirt. But I like the look of this guy. And if he does well, I'll let him stick around.
Mr. Satan. Oh, Mr. Satan.
There you go. Mr. Meeseeks.
Oh, is he Mr. Meeseeks? No. Come on, you could have done better than that.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It just looks like a blue man.
Like, nice try.
Who's Grace? Can you see Grace?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, wow. Completely.
I'm pretty sure. No.
Right?
No.
That's how I be feeling.
No. I was just gonna be like badass.
You know?
Isn't there an Eva Marie in the game already?
Yeah.
Why would I care about your outfit change?
Right. Well, I guess like for some people who don't want to have to do it.
Are these all of them? There's no more?
It just depends on what you search for.
I want to see good ones.
Like
I thought you were typing good ones.
Let's see what it is.
Usos. Oh, like the bad Usos? I would like the bad Usos. I'm down with watermelon.
If you could bring me something to drink.
Are you doing a video?
I am.
Okay.
Doing a video. Hey, there's the boy.
What's up, homie? Can I come save my dues?
You sure can.
Okay. How stoned are you? Scale 1 to 10.
We just had this talk. What about a 5?
Nicely did.
It's my boy. What are you doing?
Do a little dance.
Making a little love?
Get down.
No effort. See what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about. This makes me so mad.
What? Oh.
It's like, yes, dude.
Did you already drink your black cherry one?
No.
You want to get right?
No, let's do the black cherry thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yo, you're a strange man, Mr. Grinch. Oh, look, I got dreadlocks.
Okay.
Yeah, put them in. Ooh.
Now you know how it feels to be me.
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Man. Sure, I'm good at web developing stuff.
Oh, you have
I have dreadlocks.
Why is your hair so tossed?
I'm current. Oh, it's just nappy because I stayed up late playing Dota.
What's Dota?
I'm super good at it. It's an MMRO elemental P. You don't know nothing about those. I'm gonna go do some coding and talk to Sam. But not on Skype because only hipsters use Skype.
Is this what you think of me?
Yes.
Hipsters? When have I ever said hipsters? When have I ever called anyone a hipster?
You just said it 3 times. So yeah, here we go. So no one swap, but
What did you mean?
okay.
Oh, look at you.
Nice. Gummies. Gummalicious.
I did. That.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. Andy.
It's gonna be nasty.
So what you want to do?
Yeah. The
Sure.
first soul mode.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Terrible.
What do you mean? Isn't that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Babe. Sheesh.
Absolutely. So.
Ugh.
Have a hat. It's not.
I need water.
We've gone over 2 hours. You know, I think this is where we're going to part company for a while. We've been doing this for a while now. Can you tell me what time it is?
6:19.
Yes. It's time for some folks to be getting to bed. So, random thought. I'm going to read this. I haven't even read the whole thing. It's just in my head. Your cousin Andre says, random thought. When women wear those long fitted dresses that have the high slit to show off that sexy meaty thigh, I almost die.
Andre.
Dre Modest.
Oh, that's not my cousin. That's my friend.
Oh, well. Let's see what Albert's talking about.
Oh, Albert.
Barbecue hot dogs. Good. Okay, come on. I want to see all of them. Okay. I'm still, high. What, girl? Want to do some heroin, with me?
What?
I'm, still high. My big bro, got me in. I got a place to stay, 49.
What the heck is wrong with him?
Running from a 16-year-old girl, is still haunting me.
Wait, what? What did he say?
Running from a 16-year-old girl.
What? What does it even mean?
What's the next move, Jesus? I just got kicked out, of the same house, on West Philadelphia. My big brother Dre getting out of jail July 29th. I might have a temporary place for now. And note, these aren't days at a time. These are minutes apart.
Yeah.
My big bro Sean is the shit. He got a good heart. For the sake of this, I'm going to also tell you the times. What's today's date? The 21st. So this was yesterday, 4/29. Eric Henry, what up though? 4/28. What up, Bubba? 4/13. Amen. I'm not kidding. It's just a bunch of amens. Amen. 4/12. Every day is a good day, depending on how you look at it. 4/09. Dog, comma, I'm fucking high. 407, I'll take it in consideration. 405, thank you, comma, Jesus. 405, free heroin.
What?
Free, is he giving it away? Or is he saying, he wants some? I don't know. 402, I'm starting to feel good. Ha ha ha. 401, I just did some heroin.
What the fuck?
342, I took a chainsaw from a home improvement department store.
Whoa.
210, drinking beers, smoking weed, grilling, chilling. 208, I'm talking to Mac, man, comma, about grilling. Okay, you get the point. You get the point. This, I didn't mean
He
it.
he has mental illnesses.
This is where we're going to call it quits. It's that time of the night. Plus the microwave is on and it's gonna kill it any second.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Are we not doing game
We might come back and do some more later, but it's like now it's late for other people.
Well, if you're able to, maybe let us know. If you not or yes. Not or yes.
Yeah,
Say that right. Can you let me know?
You send
somehow?
me a message, something, telepathy.
Yeah.
But I've had fun. I'll wait for these gummies and hope they do more.
I couldn't get my last two down. I need to eat something first because I have like
food
a couple
would
pieces
be
of water.
good. You want to give me some food as well?
Sure.
So, thus concludes another day of this.
And soon, he'll be home. That would be
I don't
really
know.
Interesting.
I don't know. Like, they might pull something out of the hat for me.
You think so?
They might.
That would be cool.
But I just don't want to say starting this time it'll be this. I don't know.
But that's a possibility.
So I don't know if I'll do more live videos, but there will certainly be videos to be seen.
I really want to get back into doing our podcast. Those
that would be
so
nice.
much fun. Like, what do we need for that? Because you said you wanted to do a certain thing.
Yeah, I would like to have microphones and, But, all right. I'm done. Thanks for sitting through 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 30 seconds of me being silly. Wow. You guys are really here.
Bye.